This is pre-calculus, video 3.1, find a difference quotient. Make sure that you have definition of a difference quotient in your notes. A difference quotient is a rate of change of a function over an interval. H is the interval. And so what this is doing is it's taking an equation and it's giving the rate of change for every particular x over a given interval h. This is a very important formula in calculus. If you take a calculus course, you're going to use this formula quite extensively. All right, make sure you have all of this in the notes. Oh, down here at the bottom is 3 steps. So these are the steps that I'm going to walk you through on finding a difference quotient. And after you have that in your notes, we'll move on to our first problem. All right, so on the right here, I copied those steps from the previous page. And I have my first problem. And I'm going to do step 1 in red, all right? So we're going to find f of x plus h. Well, what that means is I am going to plug x plus h in where x is. All right, so I've got 3 times x plus h squared minus 2 times x plus h. All right, I want to put this in simplest form, so I'm going to use the formula to square a binomial. All right, the first term squared. Multiply the 2 terms together and double them. The last term squared. I'm going to distribute the 3. And then I'm going to distribute that negative 2. All right, if there are any like terms here, I would combine them, but there are not. All right, so I'm done with step A. All right. Now I'm going to do step B. Step B is subtract f of x from f of x plus h. All right. So step B, I'm going to take everything that I have from the previous step and then I'm going to subtract f of x. Right, here's f of x. All right, I'm going to subtract 3x squared minus 2x. Okay, I have to distribute that negative, so that's going to be negative 3x squared plus 2x. And all of this is going to come down. And then I am going to combine my like terms. All right, so 3x squared and negative 3x squared will cancel. All right, the 6xh comes down. Okay, h squared comes down. Negative 2x and positive 2x cancel. And negative 2h comes down. All right, so that is finishing with step B. With step C, I'm going to take all of that and divide it by h. Okay, so I have 6xh plus h squared minus 2h divided by h. Okay, 6xh divided by h is 6x. H squared divided by h is 8, and negative 2h divided by h is negative 2. That is my difference quotient. Here's the answer. All right. Next problem. All right, here we go. I am first going to, in red, find f of x plus h. So I'm going to substitute x plus h where x is. In green, let's step A. In green, I'm going to subtract f of x from f of x plus h. All right, let me distribute that negative. And then combine my like terms. So x and negative x cancel. 1 and negative 1 cancel. Step B, all I have left is h. Step C is divide that by h. H divided by h is 1. Okay, so that's the whole problem. This one was much easier than the previous problem. And I put this one here on purpose because I want to talk to you just for a moment about what is a difference quotient again. Let's see if I can go back and get my definition of difference quotient. The difference quotient is the rate of change over an interval, okay? And so here, I've got a linear function. F of x plus 1 is linear. Oops, let me put my pen back on. Okay, this is linear. And its slope is 1. And you know that, excuse me, you know that in a linear function, the rate of change is constant. And you also know that in a linear function, the rate of change is the slope. Okay? So in the previous problem we did, we ended up with a formula which was our answer, okay? Because the rate of change is not constant. It's changing over time. It's changing depending upon what the interval is. For this problem, this is a linear function. the rate of change is constant, it does not change. So the rate of change is just a number, a constant number, and that number is equal to its slope. So the moral of all of this story is that if you have a linear equation, the difference quotient is the same as the slope. Moving on to the next problem. Okay, so this one is quadratic. It's not linear. I didn't give you another linear one. But one more time, I want to practice. I want to practice finding the difference quotient. So we're going to start with finding f of x plus h. So I'm going to plug x plus h in. And then simplify this. Square of a binomial. Distribute that negative. And then combine like terms. I don't see any like terms. That's step one. All right, in step two, I'm going to subtract f of x. And let me distribute that negative. Let's see which terms are like terms. X and negative x squared, and positive x squared. So I've got h minus 2xh minus h squared. That's the answer to step B. Step C is divide by h. Divided by h. So h divided by h is 1. Negative 2xh divided by h is negative 2x. Negative h squared divided by h is negative 8. All right, this was a long video, and this is a tough process. That's the end of this video.